Geoscanners. They're a story by themselves. It depends on where you are. I'm reporting this now in July 2026, or the very early stages of the early access of StarRupture. But at the current stage, there is not much reason to look for geoscanners at all. I mean, why should I be bothered? Due to the concept of blueprints, there's no open and fair exploration anyway, because I always need some specific blueprints for some specific missions, which forces me to use third-party maps anyway to find some matching stuff. And by using third-party maps, I can see already where all the caves, where all the dead bodies. So that's done too. And regards dead bodies, if I have enough war bones to fix and prep the 2 weapons that I need, then I'm not having any interest anymore in any kind of dead bodies. Why should I be bothered? So therefore, geoscanners, which have the chance to show you very conveniently where the dead bodies are on the in-game map and where are the caves, geoscanners are of no value at this current stage. Plus, any further build at higher corporate level in this game becomes extremely grinding and repetitive. Do the geoscanners, highly recommended, unlock them all, so if you come back to your save in some kind of future when the game hopefully is at a more playable stage, then all the in-game map is open for you and you can do whatever we can do then in the future version of StarRupture. We can be very optimistic about the future, so if it comes to the release, to the final full release of StarRupture, there's reason to expect that this will be fixed. I explain about that at the end of the video. Here in the west, I'm currently there. That's a green valley where we came from, the orbital station. Here in the west, I'm currently standing next to a fixed site area. You can come over from the other side of the mountains. Yeah, there's a mountain range. And there's a nice geoscanner. That's the one which I want to do now. I did before already and sadly did not record it. In the north, that geoscanner here, that's really fun. There's so many vermin coming and the rocks around it, so the field for shooting is always blocked. It was quite a challenge. Yeah, so that is a very interesting one. And I really recommend to start your journey in the west there. That is, by the way, all the area that got unlocked after the Forgotten Engine is done. And it's quite fun to do these. Here next to the Hound Dog, there's another geoscanner. That was actually quite easy. 3 Goliaths came across. But with the right set of LAMs, they're easy to do and not much further vermin. That was relatively easy peasy. This one here is something which I expect to become then a bit more of interest. Here, you see it. There's a geoscanner I should unlock now. And again, it is a one from our green valley. That's where we start. If you go across the mountain range, then turn left to the geolite, or you go directly at the end of the green valley through. You come close to this geoscanner. And I am now looking forward to see what happens. I want to see what happens when I go for this geoscanner here. The interesting bit is, there's quite a bit of wood around here. And there, you see here's all the wood. And there's a big rock close to it, which makes it a bit more tricky to clean up the vermin going for the geoscanner. So my field of operation here is very limited. And by the way, these are the LMs which are very useful. You should go for it. Max stamina by 80. That's the one you should have if you want to fight the Goliaths. And for fighting Goliaths you need to. The one that reduces cost for dodging by 60%. That means if you do the Alt key to slide sideways or forwards, then it does not cost you much stamina at all. And plus, sliding in a crowd of vermin is a very good idea with the Alt key. because the vermin always is for half a sec or sec confused about your new location, and that gives you time to clean up quite a few of those without everyone shooting immediately on you. And here we go. So far so easy, coming from the side. Yeah, the blue ones really need to be done very quickly, because once you have blue clouds around your geoscanner, it is quite tricky to move around there, because you can't stand too long in an affected area. Okay, let's check. Not much there. So far so easy. I know the spitters are coming. They're actually quite annoying. I like the concept, by the way. So the mix of vermin in this game is very well done. Here's the little annoying ones. Not doing much harm, but keep you busy. Then the spitters. If they come in waves, then you're really in trouble because they lower your shield. And that enables then these guys here to do you some serious harm. Now all the little guys now. Oh, and there suddenly comes Goliath. And yeah, not waiting a sec. Using a frag grenade there. It's a bit of a cheap and easy one to go for Goliath, I must admit. But if he's so close to the rock, it's very hard to slide behind him. That's why granite here is a very nice way to get rid of the guy. Another spitter. I really don't like them when they come in groups. Yeah, the blue guys with priority. They're spawning quite nearby here. That's interesting. That makes it harder to keep the blue guys on a distance. There are more blue guys coming from behind. No, shooting those with priority. Now come on. Oh, so bad at targeting. Yep. So far it's only one Goliath, that's nice. Yeah, and that's exactly what I don't like when the blue guys are so close now to the Geoscanner. I can't run around there too much. Oh, it's already done. Hooray! No, I just need to clean up. That was relatively refreshingly easy. So the two ones I showed you on the map before are more on the north. Next to ground tower, the 3 Goliaths. That was a little bit of interest because you have to keep an eye on the others while you kill one. And the really tough one had been the one in the northwest, where I had endless waves of vermin with lots of rocks that disabled me to have a clear range for the gun. No? Getting that guy. Got it. Still a little bugger left. Okay, and one small one running here. Yep. Well, that was a relative easy ride compared to the others. But it entertains you quite well. That's why I'm recommending to do the Geoscanner. So even if you may reach a point where you're frustrated, your PC may be average like mine. I have a very average last gen PC. And based on the feedback I get via other players and friends, it looks as if the same effect of building lots of rails and building lots of cargo centers, receivers and stutter hits you, but it hits you way later when you have a better PC. Yeah, that's the next one I like to do now. So I moved on. There's an oil field below, and this one turns out to be quite tricky because there's heaps of this burning grass around. So that means my chances to move around freely here are very, very limited. Plus, it slows you down. And if you're in the middle of some vermin, you don't like to be slowed down. So that's a tricky bit now. I need to find some corridors in which I can move later on. Up the hill may be a good one. Yeah, and then seems to be here when moving in. There seems to be a narrow path where I can walk later. Again, some rocks nearby, which limit my chance to shoot them early. Yeah, that is a very good corridor here where I can move straight through. Okay. I hope that I'm able to recall that in the middle of the fight. There just needs one jump, and then I get up the hill nicely. Yep. Okay, I think these two movements will be the key to success for that Geoscanner. Let's go for it.
Geoscanner initialized.
Shaky, shaky, shaky. And of course I come on the other side of the rocks, because then my chances to catch them early are limited, using the first corridor. That's a nice way to pull the blue guys away from the Geoscanner. And oh, I thought I saw the first artillery. How's it looking? Another blue one. Oh, these are now very close by. Can't be avoided. Yeah, there's definitely artillery around. And that's quite semi-pleasant that the blue ones are spawning very close by, just on the other side of the rocks. Which is a guarantee for having infection very close near the Geoscanner, and then again my space for moving freely around the Geoscanner gets limited, plus limited by the bloody artillery. Where is it? Where is it? I still can't... Ah! No, was it artillery or what? Oh. Yeah, my movement is very limited. There is one, definitely. Got it! I think there was a second. Let's see. Oh, I missed again. Ooh, bad shooting, bad. Okay. Yeah. Got the spitters. So far the movement on the path which I identified works quite alright. Come on, little guy. And again a blue one next to the Geoscanner. That is no good. Yeah, I'm still a big fan of the assault gun here. I can target with that much better than with the machine gun. Yay, it's done! Hooray!
Scan complete.
Still an artillery somewhere. Why didn't I see it? Some sort... Ah! There's something. Ah. Okay, why did it shoot there? But very convenient for me. Got it. I hope. No? Nothing to collect?
In the
Aww.
future, try to warn me before I walk into something.
I hope that's it. Come on, guys.
Changing mags.
Yeah, I wonder if all the leftovers of vermin can be used later on as biomaterial. Would make sense to use that in the production, so that we are more motivated to collect the vermin. Now I'm doing this from the south. You've seen my way down. And I really don't like the location here, because you can see it's on the plateau. So I can't really move around it. And that means as soon as a few of the blue ones jump up here, I'm forced to leave this plateau. And plus, it's very difficult to get up on this plateau by some reason. It is designed in the way that on the other side nothing. And there's a very small narrow spot here where I can actually jump up. So that is... Okay, let's see. I will give my best, but I reckon this will become a bit tricky. There they come, of course, from the other side than I thought. Yep, and the first blue ones made it up here. So I can already not move for too long anymore next to Geoscanner without risking that my armor gets down. And oh, you see it blinking. It's already getting very tricky. Uh-oh. And more blue ones. And that means the whole area is infected endlessly. I have to leave. Otherwise they get me with the pants down. And that gives them a chance to overrun the Geoscanner, what I try to hear. And now it becomes very tricky to get up there again, because I get well entertained here on the ground. Plus, it's hard to jump here. Didn't work. Here, now they're all coming to me. I have to leave again. So this setup with the plateau and extreme difficulty to get anyhow up there is plus artillery now. So the path that I have to take to get up there is plastered now with acid. Okay, cleared up already a bit. So see, I have to go here on the right, exactly where the artillery did shoot. Made it up, yeah. And of course, it was so much time lost. It is completely overrun. And it's so hard here, relaunching it. No, I have hordes of little annoyings. I have the artillery causing me to run around in acid. I have the blue ones up there. And all that in a very limited space. So that's why I find this one extremely unpleasant if you try to get this done on your own in an open gunfight. Gonna clean up from here. Not very much. Yeah, indeed not very much, because I heaped already behind, and I'm bloody stuck again jumping here. It is not looking good. Not looking good. Yeah, I want to change the gun. Thank you very much. I have to retreat again. You see, I'm already red with infection. And that I'm running with stutter around is not helping neither. You see the stutter that I have now, it's really good. And I'm in an area where I haven't built anything yet, so this stutter really comes from some weird load on the system by the existing cargo senders and receivers, which get then intensified by vermin spawning. And I can tell you that my CPU and GPU, they're not maxed out. They're definitely not maxed out. I would say they're running at about GPU 80%, CPU is running about 50%. And whenever a stutter occurs, their performance just drops. It's like a mini freeze. But not a freeze due to overload. Simply that something decides we are making a little break now. Not sure if it's the engine or the game or the game being distributed with the incorrect C distributable. I do not know. No idea. The only thing I can say is neither CPU nor GPU are overloaded. And very obviously, and very obviously using the core features of the game, like lines of rails, very long, like a highway between bases. Bad idea. Or cargo senders receivers extensively, having more than 100 senders and also then accordingly more than 100 receivers is something the game can't deal with. So core features ain't working at the current stage. And I'm coming later to why I'm very optimistic that this will change soon. Yeah, guards artillery, very nice. Now, with artillery gone, I should have a fighting chance. If I would make it up the hill. That is so annoying that the path to the top is so limited. That's again an artillery. And again I have to restart. Uh-oh, yeah, it's simply coming too much to keep the plateau free. This plateau design for Geoscanners is... If a plateau design is done and the devs really want me to go on this one with guns blazing, like I try now, then I do need multiple easier to go ways to get up to the plateau. Plateau is already tricky enough, because it gives the vermin a chance to get very quickly close, but I must have a chance to get temporary on the distance to the Geoscanner to revitalize myself. Oh. And then quickly get up again. Without being forced, like here, to go only for a single spot. Which needs 2 or 3 tries to get up somehow. Oh, it's no very narrow. To get somehow up. Oh, bloody artillery there, but I get you now. But since I have to clean up this one, I may have had again too much time to do the thing on top. Okay, no topic, I'm dead. Yeah, and since it's not feasible, I go now the cheating way. It feels a bit like cheating. I build a base here. So whenever you can't do a geoscanner, you can do a base. But I can tell you, it's much more fun if you can do it guns blazing. It's much more motivating. But if it doesn't work with guns blazing, then I gotta build a little base to give me some backup. Always love to build those. Getting in with a cargo receiver, some proper ammunition, and forward it immediately so I can use it next time on a different base. Double level of hub area so that my manually placed sentry guns have a chance. All charged, a few towers, some are a bit more lower, some a bit higher, so that we can reach the area around the geoscanner with 2 towers at least. Plus I need towers to give them backup. A vermin jumps onto these towers and tries to knock them out. And yeah, with that the geoscanners are covered, and plus the backup again is covered by another backup. Just to ensure that the vermin is not doing any rubbish here. I built myself a little path so I can get up. Of course, as discussed before, that's kind of relevant, and I did the same on the other side. Of course, this very narrow area where I can jump up is just too small in the middle of a fight.
Geoscanner initialized.
Now let's try. This is now, of course, easy peasy, with so much backup behind me. No comparison. Ah, they're spawning in the middle of the base. Oh, that's interesting. So the vermin does not notice that there's a base when it spawns for a Geoscanner. There's no build detection. Okay. Interesting. I would have thought that the spawn points of the for vermin of the fight for the Geoscanner would kinda check at least if there's something being built meanwhile or not, and have enough alternative spawn points to ensure that it can spawn where there's nothing built. But okay. Instead it just spawns wherever something's built. Not really that impressive. And my defense is cleaning up very nicely, whatever spawns next to the base. It keeps going next to the base, that's interesting. Ah, now we have something on the other side, finally. Where's the artillery? It's there. I can even get it from here because I have no problem with nearby vermin, so I can relax and target nicely. No, I'm really shooting badly now. Come on. I get you. Yes. No! It's still alive, but now it's gone. And the blue friends are coming. Yeah, if you want to be on the very, very easy relaxed side, you could build a tower on the other side, but I think you can't be bothered with that. Too high set defense towers are definitely doing the job here, and they just need to be covered. So backup fire, backup clearing, so they can't be overrun, and it's all fine. And I think, is it already done? Don't see anything. No. Oh, there's something. I don't even see it. No. Yeah, I think that's it. So compared to going in with guns blazing, that is easy peasy. That's why I call it cheating. Because it feels so easy if you do it with a base next by. Okay, let's try the next one, the very south. Let's check that out. And yes, again a plateau. And again, I have only on one side a chance to get up without building anything. Let's see where we go. Oh, here are steps, so I have to get around all the way. And getting up. Then there's something like a convenient stair. At least that part is nice. A little bit more space to move in this direction. Okay, it's not so narrow like the other one. But still... Oh, there's something to collect. But still it's... yeah, no, I can't jump here. Oh. Okay, so I really have to do the stairs in the middle of the fight to be sure that I get up. That means I'm really limited here, and then I have a fair chance to drop down here. Because when I'm busy with all the vermin, I may not realize that I'm stepping into the void. Okay. I think this one will become another disaster. Let me save first, because I think chances are high that this will not be a pleasant experience. Yep, it's waiting, waiting, waiting. Yep, saved. Let's trigger it. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Yay. Going straight for the machine gun because I expect a bunch to jump up immediately. If I would know where they are. Huh. Huh. Of course, always there where I'm not looking. Where did you guys come from? So far so good. But once the blue ones are up here, it will become a bit more tricky, and you can see already I have massive stutters in between. That's why this one for me at this stage of early access, June 2026, is the last thing I will do on this game. Of course, neither conceptually nor by playability I see anything that motivates me to continue. But I must admit I really enjoy these fights for the Geoscanner. That's why I'm showing it in this video. Because I highly suggest that even if you may not go through all the corporate levels, try at least to clean up the Geoscanners. It's really fun. Yeah, now the blue ones are coming through, and that means I'm not just walking the acid of the artillery, quite a few around I've seen, but I'm also in the middle of infection. And of course, since they're spawning nearby, I really can't get rid of them early on. Yeah, nice stutter. The stutter in this area is even more intense than other warfare. I've not built anything nearby. So there's something here in the landscape that is intensifying the stutter effect.
Changing maps.
For whatever reason. Yeah, but even while I'm whinging a lot about performance stuttering, keep in mind I show at the end the reason why I'm very optimistic about the future of this game. Just give it a year.
Nice.
Oh, you see how much artillery is coming around. Oh my god. There's nearly no space anymore to walk without acid. Yep. It's always nice to have an autosave in the middle of the action. Now we keep going. And do I have a chance now to... Oh fuck, I need to get down because... Oh, it was at 100% and in the very last... That is bitter. It was at 100%, I just need to press a button. And I couldn't do so because of due to all the acid. Yep, there. Yeah, there's another one which is a bit frustrating. So I built a little base. And I strongly suggest you always try first guns blazing because it's more fun. And if guns blazing isn't working, if you die more than once, then build a base. There's quite a few defense towers. Okay, 2 hubs on top of each other. I had to build it the way that one's more lower, because I can't have it on the same height as a cooling tower. And I need the cooling tower to be very close to ensure that I can have my defense towers all around. They're all nicely loaded. Yeah, so... By the way, that area here looks very nice. Yeah. I don't see much beyond calcium there yet, but I hope they will make it become more interesting there when they expand the map a bit further, because that looks very much like a point of interest, very inviting. Uh-huh. It's all coming from the other side. Here. Well, that must have been where the first wave of small vermin came from, which I didn't see. Just supporting a little bit. Wasn't even much reason for me to shoot at all. Except I may have to clean up some of the artillery later on. That here is no really easy peasy. Yeah, 1/4 done. There is artillery. Where is it? Gotta go and have a look. Oh, there's a lot of action. Aha. Something is firing there. No. They're shooting. Okay, get it. No. I need to find that artillery. Here the towers are cleaning up on top very nicely. And I can see there's artillery coming from the other side. Oh, actually get up very nice. And I should be able to clean it up from here. Yeah, 1, 2, there's some infection. Still true. Got it. No. Got it. And another one. Oh, really big number of artillery here. Got it. All towers are still working nicely. So it's really important whenever you put up some towers to clean up stuff that you have further defense towers behind to ensure that these front towers can't be overrun by vermin. Like what you see here, all the little guys passing by. Could have jumped on the tower, but the sentry behind is cleaning up. Very good. And with that, this little stutter fest of cleaning up 15 of Geoscanners done.
Scan complete.
Easy peasy. Yeah, it feels a little bit like cheating when I'm placing so many towers here. But hey, it works. This Geoscanner is done. So yeah, that's where the game ends for me. At this stage in early access. Somewhere between corporate level 12 and 11, or hardware's average, as you can see. But I'm still very optimistic regards the future of StarRupture, which at this stage, July 2026, is, as I mentioned, in early access. But let's have a listen to what the developers are saying, and then you may understand why I'm so very optimistic about the future of StarRupture, especially regards end of next year. Let's have a listen. While we are working internally on the PC version of the game, we are already in fairly advanced talks and negotiations regarding the timelines and terms for porting StarRupture to all possible platforms. We'd like to get as much done as possible for the next year, so that the impact of the release of version 1.0 is as strong as possible. At the moment we are working on improving and optimizing the game's performance, This will continue until the end of the game's support cycle, meaning that we will continue to work on this technology right up to the release of version 1.0 and well beyond. We would like to release version 1.0 next year. In pursuit of this goal, we will be refining and expanding our game. There will be several content updates that will expand on and add new content. And there will be hot fixes, probably several dozens of them. If we maintain our current pace, all in all, it adds up to something around 6 major updates. And that makes me very, very, very optimistic for the future of StarRupture. At the moment, as mentioned many times, core elements of the game are simply not performing beyond corporate level 11 to 12 on average hardware, which would be a full showstopper for a release 1.0. But because our devs are highly motivated to combine releases, assumable on console and on PC, to be released at the same point in time, which makes perfect sense because you don't want to spend all the marketing money over and over again for every platform release. That's why combining all these releases together to one big event makes sense to reduce the cost of marketing. And that means our devs are really motivated to have the performance under control to make the game playable, even in the later stage. It's not just about adding content, it is really about getting the performance fixed so that we really can enjoy the gameplay. And I think that will come, that must come, because otherwise they can forget the release on the consoles. And yeah, fingers crossed. I reckon by next year we will have some serious fun with StarRupture. And based on what I experienced so far, I think this game could be really good. See you then next year. Bye bye.